All right, if you're building AI on your own machine, you've probably been staring at this exact problem. Today, we're going to break down one of the trickiest choices out there. Do you go with the tried and true VRAM king, the RTX 3090, or do you bet on what's next with the super efficient RTX 5080? But here's the thing. This isn't just about grabbing the newer, shinier object. This is a real strategic decision. Is your work better served by having a massive pool of memory from an older flagship, or by the raw speed and clever architecture of a newer card, even if it has less VRAM? The answer really truly depends on what you're trying to build. So at its heart, the dilemma is pretty simple. When you're building AI locally, you have to match the hardware to the project. You can think of it like this. Are you choosing a giant, sprawling workshop with space for absolutely everything, or a smaller, more futuristic lab that's incredibly efficient at specific tasks? Both are awesome, but they're built for different kinds of jobs. So yeah, we're not here to ask which card is better in a vacuum. The real question is, which one is the right tool for your job? Are you the person who's constantly running out of memory, just begging for more space? Or is your biggest headache just waiting for computations to finish? Let's figure that out together. All right, first up, let's talk about the reigning champion, a card that's been an absolute workhorse for AI folks for years now, the RTX 3090. Its entire reputation is basically built on one single massive advantage: its incredible pool of video memory. 24 gigabytes. I mean, just look at that number. This is the single biggest reason the 3090 is still such a hot topic. It's this huge memory buffer that just lets you experiment and push the limits without constantly stressing about hitting a memory wall. So what does that 24 gigs actually get you in the real world? Well, it means you can load up those bigger, more complex models without having to make compromises. It means you can use bigger batch sizes, which can make your training more stable. You get longer context windows for your language models, and you can generate images at way higher resolutions. It's just breathing room, pure and simple. And look, it's not just about the size. The 3090 is built on that proven Ampere architecture. It's a reliable, powerful card that has been the absolute go-to for anyone whose main bottleneck is just plain running out of VRAM. It's a known quantity. Okay, now let's switch gears and look at the challenger. Meet the RTX 5080. This card is built on the brand new Blackwell architecture, and its whole philosophy is different. It's not about brute force memory. It's all about smart, surgical efficiency. And its secret weapon? Well, it's support for new formats like FP4. The easiest way to think about it is like a super compressed language just for AI. It lets the GPU chew through information way faster and pack more of it into memory. This is an absolute game changer for running modern quantized models. You know, those AI models that have been cleverly shrunk to be faster and leaner. And this is really where you see that huge generational leap. The 5080 is bringing 5th-gen tensor cores for a massive boost in AI throughput. It's got that native support for the super efficient FP8 and FP4 formats we just talked about, and it uses next-gen GDDR7 memory. It all just adds up to way more performance for every single watt of power you feed it. Now, yes, let's address the elephant in the room. It only has 16 gigabytes of VRAM. That's a clear step down from the 3090. But, and this is a big but, that memory is faster and more efficient, and it delivers a slightly higher peak bandwidth. The whole point of the 580 is to feed its crazy fast compute cores without any delay. It is all about speed. All right, so we've got the VRAM king on one side and the efficiency champion on the other. Let's put them side by side and really break down the key differences that are going to directly impact the work you do. Okay, first up, the most obvious trade-off. VRAM capacity, it's not even a competition. The RTX 3090 is the undisputed winner here. That 24 gigs is your safety net for absolutely massive models. But when you talk about compute efficiency, well, the 5080 is in a completely different league. It delivers way better performance for any model that you can fit inside its 16 gigabyte budget. Next up, let's look at the brains of the operation, the tensor cores. The 3090's 3rd-gen cores are, they're solid, they're reliable, they get the job done. But the 5080's 5th-gen cores are a massive leap forward, specifically because they support new formats like FP8 and FP4. This means they are literally built for running the latest, highly optimized AI models of today and tomorrow. And there are a couple of other key differences. The 3090 has this really neat but kind of niche feature called NVLink, which lets you physically connect two cards together. The 5080, on the other hand, it goes for a much broader appeal with its incredible power efficiency. It just does more AI work for every watt you give it. which means less heat and a smaller power bill. Now, let's just pause for a second and look at the raw specs. This table really just confirms everything we've been talking about. You can see that clear difference in memory size, but also look at how close the memory bandwidth is. Notice that big gap in the tensor core generation, and then look at the similar power draw. That right there really hammers home just how much more efficient the 5080 really is. So, how do you actually pick one? This last section is all about turning these numbers and specs into a practical decision that actually makes sense for your workflow. Okay, first, let's get a crucial reality check out of the way. As powerful as these cards are, they are consumer GPUs. Training the next GPT-5 is still going to require massive data centers. What these cards are absolutely perfect for is fine-tuning, running inference, and doing research on models that are actually designed to run on a local workstation. So here's a super simple checklist to help you decide. 1. Analyze your VRAM needs. Be honest with yourself. Are your projects constantly crashing because you're running past that 16-gigabyte wall? 2. Identify your main workload. Are you mostly fine-tuning big models, or are you running inference on optimized ones where every millisecond of speed counts? And 3, think about the future. Where are your projects headed? And here's kind of how it breaks down. If you're doing a lot of large model fine-tuning or high-resolution image generation, that 24 gigs on the 3090 gives it a really clear edge. But if you're focused on running the latest quantized models, or you just want a card that's built for where AI is going, then the 5080's raw speed and modern architecture make it the stronger choice. Now, of course, we've only just scratched the surface here. If you want to go way deeper with more benchmarks and comparisons, you should definitely check out the full guide over at bestgpusforai.com. We've got the link for you down in the description. And all of this leaves us with the really big question for the future, right? As these AI models keep evolving, what's going to be the more important factor? Is it going to be the sheer capacity to hold these giant models, or the computational efficiency to run smarter, more compact models faster than ever before? The answer to that is probably going to define the next generation of hardware. Thanks for tuning in.